So we're on our way to Sheridan to see the artists for the third time, and we're expecting a lot of weather today. It's supposed to be like freezing rain. Yep. How many? Like 20? Well,
bigger than this. So it's interesting that you guys like the sides of this.
Yeah. Well, I think also for that wall, it's like really long, and if we have something that that can take up the space. And how are you with this one in terms of? Have you considered hanging it horizontally?
Yeah, horizontally or vertically is fine too. Just because when I paint, it's funny. I tend to rotate my canvas when I paint, so there's no real.
It has that feel to it.
Yeah, there's no real direction. I mean, there is sometimes in the way I apply the paint, but usually when I'm painting, like I said, I rotate it.
And I really
rotate it.
This is your new piece.
This one's kind of
beautiful.
Yeah, this one's a little more direction. Yeah. It looks more landscape-ish too.
Yeah. I wonder, like maybe this one is even a lead into the show. You know?
Yeah. And this one doesn't have to go in, but it's just something I worked on.
No, I think it's beautiful.
It's great to see everything.
And it's nice to have it like a varying. It's nice.
Size, like even at the corners. Yeah, like maybe this. I think it was this one and the one I have at home that you guys saw. Like, oh yeah, yeah. Those two at least.
Okay, so I'm looking at this, and from what I see in this, I envision that this box, because my name is on it, is a place where I'm going to have some things.
Yes, absolutely.
Whoa. This is like as if I'm in my own head. You know when you think that you're talking? So this is me seeing my own thoughts.
Okay. It's like John Malkovich.
I guess so. Okay, there's a couple of ideas I had in terms of figuring out the big drawing, because we can't actually do it on the side of the building, which is fine, right? Because now that I was thinking about it, it's, I could actually do something bigger, because the size of the building was kind of limited.
That was a little limiting, yeah.
Because like the space you guys showed me, I initially imagined something huge.
Yes.
And I'm sideways, and gravity is weird. But the size of the building was kind of like, what, 20 feet by like 40 feet, which is kind of like not big at all. No offense, but it's, yeah. And for what I was going for, so now I was thinking, initially I was like, well, I'll just make something even bigger than that, like what, 200 by 300 feet or something, and then try to cram it in.
Awesome.
And I was looking at materials like tarp, mediacom again, and things like that, but then I was also thinking about what it would be like to work in portions, because initially the size of the big thing I did to see what it would be like to kind of alter and skew the perspective of the whole thing. And I've already done that, so I don't want to. For me, I feel like I wouldn't learn anything. If I just
that's what we figured. You figured you'd want to try something else.
Yeah, so I didn't want to do the same thing again. So for this space, I was thinking about two things, and I was talking to Don Miller. I can also show you guys what I'm working on now.
Okay, so this is kind of like a smaller piece, because I had to cut it a few times just because of the way I was twisting it, and it got kind of to a point where I couldn't move it anymore. So I cut it a few times, but this is the color that I'd be working with.
It's all one color, yeah?
Yes.
You usually work in?
It's the same color, but it's a little bit different because I had to get it different places. And
right.
It's almost the same color as your hair.
Yes.
I was just thinking that.
Gorgeous.
Very well.
Gorgeous. So then
beautiful.
you all, like, yeah, I mean, we've seen your work before, and it's on the wall. You install it, and then you sort of do it like a scrunching technique, would you say?
Yeah, like, it is the material that does a lot of it for me, because it is two-toned, so it does have that, the depth that a lot of materials wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, I do scrunch it, and then I just nail it in one spot where it would stay. So it is pretty, like, it moves around really easily and stuff like that.
That's great. How did you come up with, like, how did you know you wanted to work with textiles?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was in third year sculpture, and I didn't know what to do, and I'm the type of person who needs the material before they can actually start anything. So
the material inspired you?
Yes. I went looking for different types of materials, one of them being fiberglass insulation. Yeah. Most of it is about the color, I find, because this, I don't know, this is my favorite color, but it's kind of lame. But the other one, a lot of the colors have to do with the body. They reference the body in some way and kind of create a landscape from that reference. So I started with this, mostly referencing my own body, and kind of branched out with it from there with the Chancellor's exhibit you guys saw. Right. So, and I've been working with those colors ever since. So we have all this space to sort of create like a comfy little room.
Okay. Oh, I also have a tablecloth that I have, so we don't use this or the snake one. It's cotton, so it's going to be really nice.
Okay.
So I do have that.
That sounds good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we'll use that, and then so we're gonna place it like sort of like a comfy little lounge area, so people can view your tea set, but know that it'll be a sort of, there'll be some parameters. They can't just like touch it and play with it or anything like that. But there's going to be a little bit of maybe a small TV in that area also of parts of this film that we're filming right now. Okay. Just as a side note to the process. And the man on the fluorescent.
Yeah, sure.
And so, are you guys into that?
Can I see it?
Which one? So, like this color, the fluorescent, but with this, because if we have the Rorschach image with the yellow on white, and then I think it's sort of interesting to add an element. I mean, what do you think?
I was kind of picturing just the Rorschach. I hadn't thought about this one.
Do you guys
Do these speak to the Rorschach to you?
They're all very related to me. They're all sort of like still about the mental sort of, I don't know, states and like just, you know, that weird kind of thought process.
Yeah.
Dealio.
Well, I like that it's different, and if we don't end up using a brain scan, then we're displaying like a breadth of the work as opposed to just like the same image 3 times to show something else, but all interrelated. I think is a really smart way to go.